Now we're getting into the big guns now. Now the ones we're getting into the more ones that have the more finer substances. The ones that are trying to be on Steam, but yet still are on itch.io and Patreon. Ah yes, that's that fine little taste that of good gameplay. A nice little story, great voice acting, and much more. If you already haven't read the title of this video, I'm reviewing Future Fragments, a Metroid-inspired game that has a bunch of branching story paths that, yes, your choices do matter. You play as Tala. Faye is your rival, on a quest to essentially get fragments of an ancient weapon to help you get back into your timeline. With the help of Vi, the two of you are on an adventure to essentially not only bring down Worm, the evil corporation in society, but also go back to your time as well, and hope find the whereabouts of Cerebus. The plot thickens more than that, but I'll give you more I'll explain that for right now. The presentation in this game, there are about 4 stages in the game, but I'm playing the demo here because it still has yet to be released on Steam, or I still have yet to pledge on Patreon. But the intended release date is around March of this year. Hopefully they can release it around that time, but I can understand if it delays that far. So what does the presentation and gameplay consist of? Well, since we're on stage 3, this stage revolves around you shifting gravity, which can be really great for some really nice problem solving. For example, some enemies can be shifted in gravity, and some can only get killed by the gravity pillars. That's a great example. So, and if you're wondering where I'm getting the Metroid from, well, this game is completely non-linear. Thankfully, you do have a map system and a few labels. For example, P1M1 is Path 1, Map 1. And Path 2, Map 2, etc. By the way, remember how I mentioned Faye? That the woman that I mistakenly mentioned? Yeah, she's a total dickwad. There's also terminals that you can play as well. Some of the voices that you may recognize.
300th gratification factory. I, Mayor of the Shining Precinct, Kay Piggleston, am honoured and humbled to be able to cut the ribbon at such a remarkable event. Why, just 25 years ago, the World Organization only had 25 precincts and 500 facilities, compared to today's 200 precincts and 4,000 facilities. And now, of course, today, we've hit the milestone of 300 gratification factories. It's completely believable, though. The values that the World Organization embodies have benefited us all. Whether it's the wisdom they pass down to us, the protection and quality of life they afford us, or, as in today's events, the luxuries they have bestowed upon us. Many years ago, the World Organization passed down the anti-procreation laws, giving us billions of hours of productivity back that we would have spent on worthless relationships. And while they didn't need to do so, they gave us a reward for following their wise laws. The sentient sex machines that we produce at gratification facilities, just like this one. Therefore, it is my great privilege.
Guru Larry, is that you? So yeah, you may hear some cameos from voices or YouTubers that you may or may have heard of. Hell, if you're even lucky enough, they even might get some professional voice actors in them. But the voice acting in this game is pretty nice. Is pretty great. They put a lot of effort into it, I can really tell. The music is also really nice as well. Very nice and dystopian theme. There's a nice little bit of cyberpunk with it. Another bit of nice taste as well. Now, let's talk about you and your powers. Like I said, you come from a different timeline, but you're not completely defenseless. You have magic at your disposal. You have your basic energy orb attack, and you have 2 attacks with you. Your Fire Dash, which you're invincible for a split second, and you can dash short distances, and your Ice Attack, which you can essentially turn enemies into platforms, but however they won't take any type of damage. These 2 at your disposal, you can essentially take on any, except for the ones that really can't take damage. That's when like I said, the gravity pillars will help you do the trick. So, also, if you're wondering about the 2D CGs, they're nice and well drawn. But hey, I can recommend that you play this game with both your pants down or up, whichever one you choose. Good night and good luck. This is the second recording, by the way, of me doing